Hello there, good people. My goodness, you all caught me in a as I was yapping my gums and I thought I had 3 minutes left on the clock. Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. This is On the Record. I'm your host, Brian Summers. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, December 5th. And here we are, folks. Here we are right here in the first Tuesday of the new month of December, the last month of the year 2023. And this is where we are. And again, this is On the Record with Brian Summers, your host, where we try to bring you live and engaging information, communication. We connect people, ideas, and places. I guess that's how you say that. And always, and I've got some first coming up here. But before we get started, I just want to reach out there to you, tell you some good things that were kind of happening in the media-wise, news-wise. Big announcement. Yesterday, we kind of had the show and we were talking about people that serve and why people serve and the difference between getting elected and then serving, because people run to get elected and then they don't serve, or they're there for themselves So we talked about that and just what was needed of everyone. And so I thought to kind of a continuation of that today's question I had was, we looked up last night and found out that 10th District, which includes Statesville and Iredell County, as well as looks like Hickory or Catawba, Forsyth, and Iredell, the 10th District, the new 10th District, 20-year. He's been in office, a long time, almost more than 20 years. Patrick McHenry. Patrick McHenry, the representative who's represented Iredell, Alexander, Catawba County, Rowan at times, he is announced that he will leave Congress at the end of this Congress. He will not seek re-election. And so that kind of creates a opening, I think, in my mind, within the 10th Congressional District for there to be some fresh ideas, fresh blood, and some new people or a new person who runs in the 10th Congressional District and who is going to represent us and go to Washington. And I'm still going to hold to why you're running, and who you're going to serve, and how are you going to do this, and the who, what, when, all of those things that really matter. So anyway, that's the news, breaking news right there, announced last evening, that Congressman Patrick McHenry, who was the deputy under just kind of got away from me. Kevin McCarthy also was tapped to be Speaker Pro Tem when they were going through the time when the House of Representatives was speakerless. But Patrick McHenry, who was from North Carolina, held that position. And so he has been up in D.C. since 1996. And so kind of glad, he's been up there. He's done some things. But kind of stunning to realize this is where things are and an opportunity. So it opens it up, folks. The 10th Congressional District's wide open, and we'll see how and who files and who's going to file and run for Congress. I know I retired as a staffer from D.C., and I'm not have any interest in going back there unless somebody could convince me that really, really, really they liked me and they would vote for me. Just teasing. Anyway, but this is On the Record with Brian Summers. Also going on and a lot of other things happening today. We have some birthdays to share out this day in history, some interesting things that actually took place. We have, if you look and see too, every day, if you listen in the morning, Pat Shannon, who is the Pat Shannon, Pat has things going on in history, this day in history and all that good stuff. And I got some noise kind of outside there in the hallway. So it's got me anyway. We get to a break, and I kind of have to remind them that I can hear them in here on the air. But the Soviet Union adopted a new constitution under Supreme Council, and that happened in 1936. That happened kind of this day in history. We found that out, and I wanted to, something's going on. I'm getting all this other noise in my background here. We found that out for sure. The first push-button controlled garage opened in Washington, D.C., and that took place on this date in it says the first push-button. That took place in 1951. Anyway, so some interesting things. I will tell you too, yesterday I had a very, very interesting conversation with someone who was talking to us about what was happening in the area of crime. And we talked about crime a little bit and women. So I'm going to have someone on a little later in the week who's going to talk to us about women's safety and what particularly women and wives and sisters and daughters can do to be a little more health, a little more safety conscious during the holiday season. We've been able to have to have a lot of different things going on over the weekend. I kind of talked about some break-ins in cars here in Statesville area, and in fact, to quote pursuantly from the sheriff's department, car thefts and break-ins are down around the county, but they're up in Statesville City. So there's been an uptick of break-ins and car vandalism in Statesville City, and that's not represented throughout the entire county, but that is particularly in Statesville City. I know that 2 incidents this weekend did take place in the city of Statesville, particularly itself. Last night, I should tell you too, Statesville City Council swore in 3 council members, 2 returning members, and a council member elect was sworn in. And as a tradition, this has been working pretty good. Usually, what has happened, my association here with WSIC last year and in January particularly, we get the first dabs at new people going on city council. So they get elected, they get sworn in, and the very next day, they're on WSIC. I've had Joe Hudson had that happen. I had that when it happened with Kim Watson when that happened. And today's guest is going to be, and you all are welcome to call in and see if we can figure out how to get the phones to merge both the calls. We'll have a call listener. But I'm going to be talking for a few minutes with new elected council lady for Ward 6, Lisa Pearson. She's going to give me a call here in a couple minutes. And we'll do a short clip because I do understand she's got some other obligations going on, and we want to make sure. But we wanted to make sure that we brought it to you here first. She has not done any other media, so this is be her first media as an elected official, officially sworn in, took the oath of office last night. Now she is the elected council lady representing Ward 6 in South Statesville. And so we're going to get a chance to hear her and her view, ideas, and vision for things as to what are her plans for Ward 6. I know yesterday we kind of talked a little bit about, when people run for office and expectations and being able to deliver and what we're looking for and get people with good servant hearts. I think I've known Lisa a long time, particularly Council Lady Pearson. So I'm real anxious to see what ideas she brings forth. There are still things that I'm concerned about: homelessness in the city, the amount of people, including veterans, who are they're out on the street. They say they're homelessness, but they cannot be counted as having a place, occupied place to call home. Anyway, this is Brian Summers on the record. Be right back.
There's more on the
All righty, folks. Here we are. Here we are. We're back. And as I promised to you, and I like when a politician keeps a word. We got one today, folks. We got a live one here, and I am so thrilled and happy. I want to first say congratulations, and I really sincerely mean that to you because the task and the idea of running for office is a big thing. And so you stepped up. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Statesville's newest city council lady. It is Miss Lisa Pearson, and she's here live on the air on WSIC, and we're delighted and glad to have you. And what say you, Miss Pearson?
I appreciate it, Brian. I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I'll
Soaking
tell
it all in today. Soaking it all in.
well, I got to tell you, how'd you wake up this morning? That's the first question.
Surprisingly, I woke up and I was like, okay, this has really happened. Today was that feeling.
Today was that feeling. Not election day, like, whoo, yeah, you won, got congratulations. But today, now is that day. And so, well, good deal. Last night, I did see some pictures, you and your family and your dad there, and you got sworn in, and that was good in the process. And so now you hit the road running, basically. And so, question I have for you: Are you on any committees yet, or did the city manager ask you about any committees that you might want to serve on? Or, I mean, granted, I think you used to work in education, right? Or social work.
Well,
yeah.
Social work.
There
yeah,
you go.
I'm a
There you go.
social worker,
So that I mean, that
but,
just kind of opens up. You already have a caring heart, so we know you got a heart. You know, to be in social work, you got that's a little tough there. But yeah, I'll let you go ahead on with the as far as any committees.
yeah. Well, we talked about it, but I haven't really sat down and kind of chosen any committees yet.
Okay.
Just kind of doing my research, just to see which ones I'll be, more effective on. So I'm pretty sure
There
for
you
the
go.
next week I'll be on somebody's committee. Yeah.
Okay. Or you might even bring a committee that they don't know that they need or have. You know, you
That's
might.
an option.
There you go. Exactly. It's like, well, hold on. I know in my community there is a void here of X, Y, and Z, and I think So I mean, it's like, okay, hey, we never considered that. We never thought of that, and so hey, your new idea, new blood coming in here. Well, very, very good. I know too that is the timing of it. I think you get your packets on Wednesday, and before you all have meetings and your agenda and everything. And I know that one of the things I was keenly interested in what you had shared just in passing, friendly chat with me, was how you were going to go about reaching your ward and the businesses in your ward. I mean, you've got some key stakeholders in your ward, and I think that I would highly recommend while it's still fresh in the next 5 to 10 days, you drop in on them with appearances because again, with new ideas and new leadership and a new burst of energy, what you bring to it is, you guys are here, you're established, your businesses. We like that your tax revenue. We like that you're in my ward particularly.
Right.
But I also want you to know that your expectations of me are X, Y, and Z. And then flip side, I got expectations on you guys as businesses in the ward as far as how you all go about looking at what you need and the needs of you all and do an assessment. I think that'd be, in my opinion, that would be a great thing to do an assessment of the needs of the businesses in your ward. I don't think anybody's done that and has most certainly published it anyway. But I think there are a lot of opportunities that you have to do and then make it public, make it known, publish your findings of, doing kind of like we're going to have a kind of autopsy almost of Ward 6. And this is everything from within crime to do we have good sidewalks? Do we have stormwater runoff areas? We got flooding along East Side Drive. We got flooding down on Old Salisbury Road. I mean, right in front of KFC, that's been flooding forever. And I just don't know why we can't get these things addressed, especially since on the federal level, there was an infrastructure bill that was passed. And so, if it's coming through Raleigh to Iredell County and then to the city of Statesville, those funds get appropriated very fairly and in a much needed area. So anyway, well, that's very, very good. And so I know you ran on some. I was looking at one of your announcements. You ran on some things of looking at affordability, and we're in a housing crunch right now because materials and inflation's on the rise. And so everything we need to buy or build a new house is not so much readily available, even though there's a lot of inventory. And inflation has not caught up to the cost of living just yet. I have long said, and you can correct me if you know, I think the city of Statesville should be looking at trying to implement a living wage that just kind of says we've got to bring a lot of the forgotten Statesville up to par if we expect to compete as a city where everybody has a seat at the table. What are your thoughts?
Right, and you're right. But right now, I think the council, our economic development, we're bringing in some new industries. They're coming in at a good price point for the city. But I think that's something that we're definitely looking at. And when we bring new businesses in, we're looking at that. They're meeting that point to be able to pay people with that. As far as affordable housing, as you know, I have a new couple of houses and developments going up in my ward. So my question to the developer is, hey, how many of these houses in the community are what we consider affordable housing? That means under $250,000 for people who don't meet that price range. So that's something that, we're also working with. I think right now with this set of people on the council, I think, the vibe is good. I think we'll be able to work together. Everybody's not going to get along and going to vote on everything. But I said overall, I get a good feeling, as far as the voting and the respect level that we have for one another. I think that we'll be able to get some, things done in the city of Statesville that'll be positive for the citizens of Statesville.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that.
Okay. Very good. And I appreciate that you looked at the approach because, again, when you're there, and you're sitting in and the projects come up for affordability and I guess the city should be able to at least put out there what is affordability? How do you define affordability? Affordability based on, are we looking at Wall Street's markets? Are we looking on at bonds and savings as they look to look at markets and say this is what the market study says affordability is, and then that's fine. And with the developer or people who are developing projects, a percentage, because I'm not saying your whole project must be. We're not locking you. We're not a socialist government where we say you can only build houses between this price and this price. But I think it's fair to say, Mr. and Mrs. Developer, what percentage of your 300-400 houses are going to be what percentage of affordability for people who may be already in that community or people who may want to return to that community. So my thing is, how do we get people who have now been priced out, taxed out, and bought out? How do we get them back into these traditional communities in which have really been really well for minorities? How do we do that? And what percentage do they do what they're supposed to do as far as I think every development that comes up before the city, that should be a question to them. How much of this is affordable? We're not saying your whole project, but what percentage? 3%, 5%. And that's not a lot.
Right.
That's not a lot, but it's a starting point. At least it starts the conversation. And I think that it drives the idea that before I go to the city of Statesville with this project, I know that I'm going to have some affordability in here. And the market will drive that affordability. But I think having some defined ideas and attitudes. Well, good deal. I got to tell you, I know for me personally is I would look to see along East Side Drive, which you know well, what can we do starting from there at Gordon's, really trying, I'm not sure if Gordon owns that corner store there or not, but the appearance of that just needs to be, that's a gateway to the city. And as soon as you come off of 77, you loop there, you come up, and you're going to go out Salisbury Road to come into downtown, that site should not be the first thing you see. And just my opinion, and so what do we have to do? Yes, you're a business. Yeah, we're not we're not pushing businesses, but you've got to have the appearance of this. It cannot look like with the old burned out school buses and trucks. And yeah, we got to do better than that. And then two, sidewalks. Sidewalks going from the church or Unity down Eastside Drive, because you've got the socials or the health department. What is it right there they got across on Eastside Drive? Is it the health
The
department?
health department, the social services.
Yeah,
No,
so
social services.
social services on one
Social
side.
service.
You've got Cinema Drive and that development on the other, and then you've got behind there, you've got Cornerstone School. So, and they now use part of the old Food Line shopping center up there for their upper school. So, if you had sidewalks, it would be a much more viable community to have sidewalks, and sidewalks are not overly expensive. I mean, we've got companies that can do concrete here. And that should be something that the school system should trade off and teach kids and boys and girls how to pour concrete as a business. Get your truck, pour concrete, fill some of these daggone potholes. Anyway, that's just what I'm sharing with you. But I'm glad to have you on here.
And I agree with you.
Yeah, and I'm so very glad to have you on here. And congratulations again. We're very proud of you. This is Council Lady Lisa Pearson, Statesville's newest City Council Lady, Ward 6. And thanks a lot for being on the record. Brian Summers, God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. God bless you.
More on the
Ba-da-da-ba. Yes, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is On the Record. I am your handsome, bald-headed host, Brian Summers, here for On the Record. At least that's what my grandmother told me, I was handsome. And so, yeah, kind of always stuck. I'm not quite sure. I want to say that, again, thank you to newly elected city council lady, Lisa Pearson, who just called into the radio show here and gave an excellent presentation of her outlook and what she thought about things and where she was looking to take Ward 6. Elections matter. Elections matter. I cannot say that enough. And we hope that she is going to be a success and hit the ground rolling with all of the ideas and the energies and prayers of the people. I think that, folks out there complain about politicians and things and look to Washington and Raleigh and raise hell about it. But I think we should really stop to see what we can do to help. See what we can do to help our elected officials, whereas you want keep them accountable. Find out if she has a website yet. Find out if they have a phone number. Find out what you can do to contact them. And I will say this too, it will be, I got to kind of be careful with this. I always wanted to have the idea of a very engaged member of Congress, be it senator, be it congressman, whatever, because I came out of that background. So I knew what it was like to do constituent services. Constituent services, very, very important. And so you get those calls, letters, emails, when people did letters back in the day to the member's office there in D.C. or Raleigh, you want to respond and you want to get a response in a timely fashion. So all those things really mattered at the end of the day. And then I think, being much more engaged with your voter, it just extremely important. The more you can remain engaged, the way you really keep negative things from happening, you keep you keep everybody across the board. They're able to see and hear what you're doing, and that's a good thing. And so I will still keep on insisting that I think people need to serve versus just getting elected because I want to get elected. I think you need to serve. Again, why are you running? Who is funding you? What are you running for? And why should I vote for you? All very legitimate questions. Those are not troublemaker questions. Those are very legitimate questions. And I know I would knock on doors and I would say, hey, I'm Brian Summers, and I'm running for X, Y, and Z, and here's where my platform is. This is where I'm coming from. I'm a local boy. I'm from here, born and raised, and I'd like to see if I could earn your vote. And then you leave that for the voter to sort of share with you things that they're passionate about. You're not going in driving the control of the whole thing. You're letting them say education's important to me. Property insurance is important to me. As a senior, healthcare is important. Various things. But you put it in the voter to be able to respond and tell you what they're passionate about. Let them tell you what they most certainly care about. You're only knocking at the door. They're opening the door to say, come into my home or come into my driveway or stand on my front porch and talk to me. And I got to say, a lot of people seem surprised when I say, of the 6-7 months that I was here running for mayor for Statesville last year, I knocked on 3,782 doors. 3,782 doors. I met amazing people. Statesville has some amazing citizens. I didn't have one door slammed in my face. I didn't have one person say, get off my lawn, or nothing like that. It just did. And maybe it's because I was very respectful. I was very hospitable. I'm a Southerner. I was raised here, so I knew how to approach people. I didn't go inside gated yards, and I did not go to the side of people's house. I always went to the front door. I always knocked in a polite manner. And they're great people here, and people were very open, very welcoming. I wish I had gotten more of those 3,782 votes, but it's okay. All in good timing. But I gotta say, I enjoyed campaigning as I did last year, But anyway, so that was just a little bit of that. It was good to talk to the council lady and hear her and do what I can. I think as a citizen to help each one of our council members and our city be the best it can be. I live in Statesville City. I'd love to be able to see that we get more greenery going on around here so we can kind of maybe do something with some of these dead trees in the city particularly, and we really can get really better sidewalks, new sidewalks. It's important. Sidewalks connect community, connect people. Maybe somebody said that's a dumb idea, but it is important when you live in a community and you have neighbors that you have decent sidewalks on. And so I'm a stickler for that. So I welcome your calls. You can call me up 704-873-1400, 704-873-1400. I can say this. Our 12 Days of Christmas is coming, folks. We're in the Christmas holiday spirit here at WSIC, and no, I will not sing Silent Night or Jingle Bells. But I will say this to you. The WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway is underway, folks, starting December 7th through the 22nd. 12 days of prizes given away every morning on Good Morning Lake Norman. I don't know why it's on Good Morning Lake Norman and not on, hey, this is on the record Brian Summers. I'm just teasing. Kitchen accessories, tech gifts, mountain getaway, and much, much more. Some of that much, much more, I kind of heard it will be given a White House Christmas ornament will be some of the things given away. So you have to register. And you register at WSICnews.com/holiday. All right, get your name in there, and you may be one of the winners who can get a official White House Christmas tree ornament, which there are not a lot of those around Statesville and Iredell County, folks. So if you get a chance, hey, listen, they're pretty good. And so I've had a couple of them over the years, particularly my time in the White House back in the early 2000s, but they're pretty good. They're really neat, and they make great gifts that people can have and build a tradition as you may do your tree from your grandma, your mom, whatnot. But anyway, 12 Days of Christmas, folks, right here on WSIC, and it is going to be December 7th through the 22nd. And that's what's going on. That's what's really happening. Give me a call, 704-873-1400. Tell me I'm not Santa, and I don't want your wish list, but you can kind of tell me what you may be doing for the holidays, or you just want to call up and say, hey, Brian Summers, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Brian Summers. That's all right. We'll take that too. It is only the 5th day of December. So we got 20 more days, and old St. Nick will be making his rounds and all that good stuff, and all the kids will be very excited, and school will be out, and people will get all kinds of things. But anyway, Christmas is season. I am still in awe of what happened Saturday night over at Western Avenue Baptist Church. They had the Emmanuel service. I can still hear the singing and the music, and no, I'm not insane. It was just a good thing, very positive. We got some other things to do as well, too, here, folks. It is just that kind of, it's been that kind of day. I had a really, really good day, and so I'm excited about this day, this month, period, because my great-grandfather, Ples Percy Miller, on the 14th of December, next Thursday, he would have been 102 years old. 102 years old right now. So I'm very, very excited about that, and going to take some flowers out to his cemetery place, as I didn't get a chance to meet my great grandfather, but yeah, sure did. Great. So I'm very excited about the ancestry is a good thing, and I'm going to get with my friend Pamela Lent Spate to help me kind of clean off some of the headstones out there in the cemetery and make it all beautiful, beautiful, beautiful as it is. We got some birthdays, and I'm going to get on the side of these birthdays right here and now because I'm coming up on a break, and I've got something to celebrate. So right after this break, I'll get into all of my birthdays. I got a good amount of folks who have birthdays today, folks. I'll tell you, December 5th is a good month. This is Brian Summers on the record. Also, if you'd like to, you want to find out if there's something going on, email me, shoot me a message, Brian at WSICnews.com, Brian at WSICnews.com. Next Friday, the 15th, the YMCA is having something. The YMCA is having something at the Civic Center at 5 o'clock, folks. Doors open up at 5 o'clock. Shoot me an email. I've got a table and I've got some chairs. I got about 6-7 seats available for you just to kind of come on. And it's a 5 to 9:30 event next Friday, the 15th of December, Statesville Civic Center. It is the YMCA Gala. All right, this is Brian Summers on the record. Be right back.
Keep it right
And we're back, folks. That's right, on the record right here live at WSIC out here on Radio Road in the little old, I would say, big city of Statesville, North Carolina, where I was born and raised right here. And I want to say good afternoon to Troutman, Mooresville, Harmony, Lake Norman, Cornelius, Huntersville, all the Houstons in Huntersville, as well as all the good people there in Davison and over in Cornelius, and even as far over as Cabarrus County, got a little listening audience over there as well, too, folks. So good afternoon, and then let's go north to all my peeps in Hidden Night. I got my cousin Sonny Cook up there, and I got my cousin Sylvia Campbell up there in Taylorsville. I got my cousin Teresa Wellman over there in Taylorsville, and I got my Lackey cousins all there in Hidden Night and around Sulphur Springs Road. That's right, and Cheatham Farm Road as well, too, and Charlie Lackey Road. All of my cousins out there in the Hidden Night area for sure. Hello. And then we go north up to the South Wilkesboro, if you can do it and believe it. Olin, Turnersburg, Harmony, Union Grove, good afternoon. And of course, Statesville all day long. So anyway, folks, good things going on. Let me share with you. I was hearing, I told you we got a lot of birthdays happening, and there are a lot of birthdays. So let's get to it with the time I have here. And then I will tell you, I am going to be have some things going on this week. We're going to have a trivia question getting to you towards the end of the week, so let's get ready for that as well. But here, today in all of Radio Land out there, my cousin, she is a blood cousin with the name Summers. Herlene Summers, she is a cousin of mine. Herlene Summers, a longtime employee there at Food Line Corporate and doing very well. Been there a long time. Happy birthday, cousin. Herlene. We've known each other all our lives growing up, but never realized that we had the Summers connection. So I am extremely proud that we made that happen through her mother. Her mother's father and my grandfather were brothers. And so I'm delighted to have that connection. And then we have a cousin up in D.C., R.L. Summers as well. So connecting with him, hope to see him maybe this weekend. But anyway, happy birthday, cousin Herlene. Happy birthday. And you better be listening. I'm spending all this time talking about you. You better be listening. Happy birthday to you, dear cousin. And then this guy, awesome guy, just he is the nephew of my longtime mentor who really saved my life, got me started on a path of politics. Richard Boyd out there in all of states. Well, everybody knows Richard Boyd. He's a heck of a craftsman, handyman, fix-it man. He is all things. He was a wonderful guy. Everybody loves Richard. You know, I know people say everybody loves Richard. No, everybody loves Richard. Happy birthday, Richard Boyd. Happy birthday, good brother. Today is your day. God bless you. And then we have Helena Sosa, happy birthday to you. Jason Wenzel, happy birthday. Russell Brown out there. He is the new superintendent over the Department of Public Works over there in sanitation. Doing a fabulous job. Grew up with Russell, went from Mulberry to DMAT and Statesville High School. Russell Brown, happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday. Lynette West Cater, Lynette West Cater, happy birthday to you. Louise Ford, happy birthday to you. Elizabeth Yoder up there in Capitol Hill, happy birthday to you. I knew her from there. Let's see who we got here. Caroline Rogers Campbell, happy birthday to you, ma'am. Happy birthday to you. We have Neil Harrington, happy birthday. John Williams, happy birthday to you. I think you're in the Chicago area. Karen Oliver, happy birthday to you. And that is it for our birthdays. It seemed like there were a lot more, but went all the way through them and got them. Anyway, folks, just if you get a chance and you want to send some information here, send it to me here, Brian Summers at WSIC. And the email is brian@wsicnews.com. brian@wsicnews.com. And I've got some community events I'll share with you as well, too. We have on candlelight services at South River Baptist Church, December 17th at 6 p.m. That's December 17th at 6 p.m. That's going to be next Sunday, looks like. Candlelight services at South River Baptist Church, folks. Something to take on here in the community. And then going on this weekend, well, a live nativity scene, December 7th, 8th, and 9th. This is going to be at the Iredell County Fairgrounds. So, folks, you can drive through there from 6 to 8 p.m. You can drive through the fairgrounds down there in the great town of Troutman, that is, and that's a drive-through nativity scene there, December 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m., folks. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Sing Gloria, and this is at Trinity Baptist Church. Trinity Baptist Church, Saturday, December 9th, 6 p.m., and Sunday, December 10th at 6 p.m. It is Sing Gloria. Sing Gloria is a church and choir and friends present a concert of worship for Christmas, and that's great there. That's Trinity Baptist Church, folks. Trinity Baptist Church, and that's at 221 Irvin Road, Mooresville, that is. And so that's very good for them. And then we have some other important dates here. I need to remind you coming from, let's see, South River Baptist Church are saying, remember these dates. South River, we have December 10th, Jody McBriar concert there. And then we have another, no services on the 20th, they said. And then the 24th, service only in the PM service. So that's it. And that's at South River. And then on December 27th, no services. But they'll return to normal services on the 31st of December. So South River Baptist Church has a lot going on, folks. But you're going to just know when you do or do not have church service. Breakfast with Santa. Oh, this is fun. Breakfast with Santa will be this Saturday, next Saturday, December 16th at 9 a.m. Breakfast, crafts, fun for all. And that's going to take place at Broad Street Church in Mooresville. That's Broad Street Church in Mooresville. That is the address is 335 South Broad Street, Mooresville, North Carolina. Breakfast with Santa. So next Saturday, folks, December 16th at 9 a.m., you can have Breakfast with Santa, crafts and fun for all. The entire family can bring them out. Seems like a good thing, and that's a lot of fun. We love promoting good, positive things, family-oriented ideas and projects here at WSIC. We are your oldest radio station in Statesville, as we are 76 years young, folks, 76 years young. And as I told you before, we're all in the spirit of the holidays around here. Again, I will say Statesville, 12 Days of Christmas giveaway is happening starting December 7th. 12 days of prizes given away every morning on Good Morning Lake Norman. Good Morning Lake Norman. You've got kitchen accessories, tech gifts, mountain getaway, and much, much more. And I think maybe even a White House Christmas ornament to go on your tree will be in the giveaways. I talked to our Ben Daniels, our general manager, and I told him I could secure some. And so that's going to add to it. But you have to register, folks. That is the whole key. You must register. And to register, you go to WSICnews.com/holiday. WSICnews.com/holiday. You go in there, put that in, and you'll be all in the know with everything that goes on here at WSIC, what we're up to, what's going on, and what we think about a whole lot of things. I've got about 3 minutes. Somebody want to give me a call, 704-873-1400, 704-873-1400. And I'm looking out back. It was kind of slow getting the sun to go down because it was really shining today. It was a very sunny day. As I look out back of the our headquarters here at WSIC out on Radio Road, and Joe's Beamer there. Joe Berg has a nice shiny black Beamer in the back parking lot. But it's dusk has set on, and it is the sun is gone down, and so that's what's going. We gotta get those leaves up, but I know leaf collection is taking place here in the city. We might talk to Russell Brown and see what we can do. But anyway, folks, if you have anything you want to send to us, you want to have and get our attention on, send it to info@WSICnews.com to get on our community calendar, things like that, all the stuff that really matters. We love to hear from you, and I hope you've enjoyed On the Record. Listening to it. We surely enjoy bringing it to you every day, 5 o'clock right here from 5 to 6 p.m. You can hear my voice, and my lovely banter, as some may say. He's on there talking about things. But I want to say, too, there's still prayer to be taken in the Word. There's still prayer to be taken in the world. We still need to be praying for what's happening in Ukraine. We most certainly need to be praying for what's happening between Israel and Gaza right now and the Hamas. And then we need to be praying for our own country, folks. A lot of things are happening, and it is the holidays, and people are desperate for things, and mischief and bad actors are looking for opportunities, but we don't want to give them any opportunities. We want to make sure that we park in well-lit areas. If you're out at the mall shopping or shopping center, park in a well-lit area. And if you get a chance, walk out the door with somebody else if you're going to your car. But be very careful. You're sitting at a traffic light. Make sure your doors are locked. If somebody bumps your car and you feel the tap, don't immediately get out right there. Drive to a well-lit area, cut your phone on, put your speaker on, dial 911 so that the police are alerted that, hey, I've had an accident, I'm in a well-lit area, and these are the people behind me, because there's an old trick out there, whereas if they tap your car and you notice that somebody's tapped your car from behind, you get out to look for damages, and guess what? You get carjacked. They're jacking your car, they're jacking your car. That's real. That's happening, folks. So please, 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 this holiday season, be very careful. Check those smoke detectors. Check carbon monoxide detectors also in your home. And please be very mindful and cautious with how you treat and interact with your kids. God bless you. We love you. Keep kids safe. This is Brian Summers on the record. Be right back. We're out of here for another. We got another minute left here. I thought the clock was hitting a different time. But many of you know I'm on the Pharaohs board. That's Pharaohs Parenting. And our sole mission with Pharaohs Parenting is to make sure that parents have all the tools and everything that they need to be successful parents. Whether you're a single mom, single dad, or a household of two, there are things that we need, that parents need, to just really take the, what are we doing here with the shock of being new parents, first-time parents, and then just to break down some things that may have not been the best habits as you were growing up, and now you have an opportunity and you're the parent, and we need to do something different. So keep that in mind. I'm a big supporter of keeping kids safe. That's just where I am, folks, and getting books into the hands of your kids. So take them to the library. Library books are free. Iredell County Public Library, Harmony Public Library, and